Hello, sexy souls. How are you all doing? All right, it's Weird and Lulu. Welcome. We are going to do... Okay, I was going to do... They just said something, so when I pause, sometimes it catches me off, you know. I thought we were going to do like a week ahead, which I guess I'll still do one. I think you know that I've been recording things and then like posting them late and stuff. So you might see several readings posted back to back. Anywho, so I thought I was gonna do the week ahead, and they were like money, and I'm like okay. And specifically we're talking about money. I'm like alrighty. They said Capricorn, which is like work money, like the mindset that you would need, you know. Okay, I don't know. All right, so we're changing. Well, you don't know that. we're gonna focus on money today, or this read. I'm still gonna do the week ahead coming up. So all right. Well, let me just give you my spiel then. I feel like I was like, oh, like change of course. Like, it was very quickly. That might be, I just said that, and that just dawned on me that might be a part of it. Is like, oh, okay. Like, something may happen like that. Like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So, just a friendly reminder that you are a sovereign being over your life, which means you get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. Okay? So don't send a real shit to make it fit. Some days, I don't know what it is. Sometimes I'll debate. I'm like, are you sure? Like, when they suggest a deck for me to start with, or like when they're, you know, I'm like, are you sure? And I don't know why, because it's not like I got like a second deck in mind that I'm like, oh, I should pull from this Oracle Tarot deck, you know, kind of thing. It's like, I'm like, really, like there's a resistance where I'm like, meh. I don't know if you have been either hesitant or second guessing, okay? Messages that come from spirit. All right. Obviously. That's so pretty. I love that one. So, but that might be something, because I'm like, really? Do we? I feel like saying you might want to follow directions to a T. Like if you get solid directions, which doesn't happen often, because usually spirit is like, I'm not going to tell you everything to, like, I'm not going to do the work for you kind of thing. So if the spirit's giving you very specific instructions, it's like, it's imperative, they just said, that you follow it. Okay. Okay. Star Child and Fly By Night. Fly By Night really talks about the quickness of something. Here today, gone tomorrow kind of situation. So, the quickness of something. Star Child. Something that doesn't necessarily have lasting power. So that might be why they're saying, if I give you instructions, act on it. It's like, okay. Waxing Crescent. We'll start there. Let's get down to it. Star Child. I'm trying to remember that one. I gotta figure it out. That's about, are you shitting me? Guidance. Literally, they're like, if I tell you to do something, do it without hesitation. Like, actually follow through with, like, I want to say, especially if you get very specific. And you're going to know it, because it's like, wow, you don't usually get that detailed with me. You're being protected currently by universal energies and a higher power. Just know that you are going to come through anything with good grace. Yeah, it just talks about sorry, that's pretty much it. Everything is it's all fluffy shit. It's not important. So call upon the guidance is basically what it's saying, is, and seek the guidance, because that's one of the ways in which they're going to keep you protected and get you through something. I don't feel like there's a danger, you know what I mean? But there is something that they're like, just follow it to a T. Fly by night. There's something like time being of the essence when they give you that guidance, and so like pay attention to that. Like there's an idea floating around in a couple of readings where it's like things don't necessarily come back around right away, and so if your goal is to avoid delays or stagnancy or anything else like that, it's important to listen to when Spirit's telling you something in the moment. So, yeah, the waxing crescent's all about movement. It's a path being smoothed out before you. That's what the guidance is, to make sure that the path is smoothed before you. To make sure things go off without a hitch. To almost like, I just get this like, to have, are they saying sequential? Like, boom, 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 boom. They don't want me to use the domino. I don't know why. But it's like having one thing happen right after the other, instead of having any delays or mishaps. It's like, there's just something about, okay, thank you. It's like going down the road and hitting a green light every time you hit a light. Like, it's just smooth sailing. It's like nothing to slow you down, stop you, or anything else like that. So it's really important that you listen to guidance right now, okay? And they're letting you know that if you do, things are going to fall into place very naturally. So they want you to trust and believe in what Spirit is telling you, and know that this is going to bring about the change, very positive change. Okay. I don't think so. They keep every new deck, they're like, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't feel right. So you may come into it where you're like, okay, why doesn't this feel right though? If it's something that they like again, it's the second guess. It's a second guessing. It is really, you know, kind of thing. I just heard, what do you do if you follow the guidance and something doesn't come through? Like, if you follow it and it doesn't happen. I'll get to that. Discovery, partnership. Okay. Partnership's about working in tandem with Spirit. Like, we have to work together on this. Discovery is, again, we've got the moonlight showing the way. Like, as long as you work with me on this, is what Spirit's saying. As long as you work with me on this, then you'll see the entire path ahead. Like, you will be shown the way. I got the energy of like, don't go rogue. And I want to say, if you have concerns, discuss it with Spirit. Like, just be like, I am struggling with this. I don't understand this. Da, da, da. Could you please, like, this is just my human coming through. And this is why it's bothering me, and blah, blah. And it's like, Spirit can help you through that. Either by sharing further guidance, more details, or like explanations, more clarity on why something might be important, things like that. So make sure that you're discussing things. Okay, we're doing new era elements. So this is pretty, I mean, it's a very straightforward. Cannot fathom. We have an Ace of Fire. With Shooty toots. Hold on. Okay. All right. Why are you bringing this up? What further do you want to say? And what's this got to do with money? Sorry guys, I always sneeze like a million times in a row. Why are all the aces in reverse? I mean, maybe not all of them. There was 2. But I mean, that's a coinky dink. Each time I see something in reverse, it's an ace. Waxing Crescent really talks about synchronicities as well. So it's like pay attention to those because that's guidance as well. Don't take it for granted, they said, when something like that happens. All right, what's this got to do with money? Are you fucking kidding me? Captain Obvious, like, abundance, duh. Opening up maybe multiple avenues. Temperance. So there's something about an influx coming in more than thought, because it's one thing to have one waterfall, but to have 3, it's like the amount, like this pool fills up very quickly. That's more for you to come in, and it may come in through varying avenues or varying directions. So that's another reason it's important. But this creates a much needed change that brings a lot into balance very, very quickly. Like, I don't know if I want to say balance though with temperance. Tell me about temperance. There's more to it. Expansion, ships coming in, King of Cups, and action. It's like when something comes in, there's something about things coming into you or something coming your direction that actually gives you more direction. First off, they're saying the King of Cups, like you can take more care with things that you're doing. You know, you can always care for others when your cup is full and it's overflowing. But this is your ships coming in, the 3 of Wands. And I always say the Ace of Wands is your desire. The 2 of Wands is the action you choose to take on that desire. And so you've sent something out into the world. And the 3 of Wands is you receiving the feedback from that. Good, negative, indifferent. It's almost like sending the action is sending the signal, the vibration, the frequency out, and the 3 of Wands is the reciprocity of what you've done, the action you've taken towards your desire, right? So the idea is 3 of Wands is what comes back to you. It's the response, it's the feedback, and that tells you where to direct your energy and how to take further action. So there's something coming in that helps you to feel capable. It's almost like every instruction they give you, you act on it, something comes back to you, and it feeds the ability for you to take another action. So that goes along with the discovery, where each step is going to be revealed to you. Make more of a connection, though. Oh, they said this goes with the abundance. Oh, temperance. No, what? Hold on. Because I was asking about temperance, and they said this goes with the abundance. Okay. So maybe you just ignored me about the fucking... Wow. Again, they're talking about something popping off without a hitch. I want to look something up really quick, guys. Why is Temperance feeling very blank to me? Hold on. Stick with me. It's like avoiding extremes. Avoiding extremes. So that's why it brings it back into balance. Avoiding extremes. So you don't overdo something. Okay, so they're bringing me back to the idea of something coming in and then it allowing you to take the next step. So it's almost like, I don't know, I keep getting this one foot in front of the other type of energy. And it's like following the crumbs, right? Like you see a crumb, so you know to take another step in that direction. And you see another crumb and you stay. And it's like something finally comes in. I'm going to pull more. I want more on the King of Cups. Whatever comes in allows you to take more action, which we've had some readings like that, but I really don't want to, like, there's the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands. It's like maybe some of your responses. Okay, thank you. So you may have been, because Ace of Wands, that's a fire within you, right? It's funny that comes out for the King of Cups. Some of your responses have been, they don't want you taking, they don't want you moving down this path in extremes. Like there's a need for you to remain balanced and with it, right? Like emotions do not consume the King of Cups. I feel like there has been something in your life that has caused you to swing in extremes at times, to kind of react in an extreme manner. And this is Spirit acknowledging that there's something in your life that if it were addressed, I feel like it's beyond just like mood swings. This is kind of like, I feel direness, like maybe sometimes you react like something's life or death, like a survival mode. If we're talking about money, you may do like okay, they just said desperate times call for desperate measures, or sometimes just large emotional responses. And then there's something to keep you balanced. Something has to come in to break that old pattern, to break something down, right? So that you cannot operate in extremes. When you don't operate in extremes, when you don't have these emotional influences, things that influence you emotionally, like I feel like there's circumstances in your life that have happened, and it's probably surrounding money, that cause you to, even if you don't have like this big, huge emotional outburst where you're like swinging and screaming and crying, it's like it causes you to make very Knight of Wands kind of decisions. Because things feel emergent, and so therefore your body goes into like fight or flight. And the only way to progress swiftly and to keep the path clear is if you are in balance, if you don't have extremes. And it's this feeling that obviously something external to you is creating that dynamic. It's not always with it, like it's not always us, guys. And when we say as above, so below, it's also so below as above. Like it's a reciprocal relationship. The mind body, like a connection, like everything impacts one another, right? So as within, so without, but additionally, so without as within. Meaning that what you are currently surrounded by will impact intrinsically you, your internal realm. It has as much power to impact you as you have to impact things external to you from, so it's one of those things where it's kind of like, this is a moment Spirit's acknowledging that there are external factors that are like, when these external factors don't exist. And I feel like they're acting like it's unfair for you to have that responsibility when these external factors are in play. So like, these are external factors in play that do this, and it's almost like we don't expect you to maintain your internal dynamic with these type of external factors. There's something, I feel like that's money. And I feel like they're saying we understand that money in this circumstance is necessary for many things on the path where we're moving forward. They want, and they realize that that is important to smooth out the path before you. We exist in the existence that we exist in right now. And it is the reality. It is the tool at which we can maneuver. It is the tool that we can fight for change with. They're saying some people think that you can't use money to change the dynamic of money, and that's not true. And they said, just like when they say you can't fight fire with fire, that's also not true. Indigenous peoples have taught us, at least in the Americas, and I'm going to make the assumption, across the globe, that if you wanted to control or temper wildfires, then you would do what's called a controlled fire ahead of time. Like literally burning the ground. And they're like, there's so many of these notions that humans are like, oh, and they're like, yes, you can. And so it's not beyond Spirit to understand the importance of money, or to emphasize its need to bring about harmony. Just like they say money can't bring you happiness, but it can. It just depends on your circumstance, your situation, the person, the dynamics. Like, it can. And there's times that it can't, It's not the source of your of something that would make you happy. So, there's an acknowledgement that that is a piece, that is a factor. I mean, money is what solves money problems. I know that people will go, well, it's your laziness, or it's this, or it's that. And it's like, no, money solves money problems. It can. So you can fight fire with fire, and money can solve money problems. Queen of Wands is really great at being in a state of allowance, but also being very secure in that energetic stance, being very confident, self-reliant. but being in the state of allowance for things to move forward. That's the state that they want you to be in. Okay, so this the reason that they need you to not be operating in extremes is so you can be in the state of allowance. Because when you operate in these extremes and not in moderation, then it acts as, and we were saying this about following the direction because you don't want the start, stop, start, stop. They want you to be on a boom, 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 boom. Like things unfolding sequentially without anything, without, it goes off without a hitch. And that requires this abundance. It's like abundance. We know this. We fucking know this. Money makes money. The way that our society is set up, money can put us into a state of abundance when we have been in survival mode. Now, I know that some people can hold on to the energy of survival mode despite having abundance come in. We did do a reading where I was like, there is a brief adjustment period. I remember the Four Swords, and they're bringing it up again. They understand that there'll be a time of calibration. But they want you in this Queen of Wands, Empress energy. That moves this chariot forward. Empress is not worried about having enough, being in lack. She is capable of nurturing all the things that need to be nurtured. The Queen of Wands there's a thing with self-worth, self-confidence, and self-love here. But most importantly, when you're in that energy, you stand in your power. And that's what this Queen of Wands is. And they're like, when you're standing in your power and you're confident in your capabilities to grow, nurture, like they want you to be in this space to be able to grow and nurture things. It moves you forward. This temperance is the necessary energy for the Eight of Wands. Okay. So let us go back. So they're trying to lead you to where you can discover this abundance. They're trying to, that's what the discovery card is. That's why you need to follow the guidance. That is the reason why you need to pay attention to all of these synchronicities and understand that time is of the essence. And that if at any point you don't follow that, that could create a delay. And so the second guessing needs to stop. And you need to pay attention. They said put it up. Where we go. Okay, so the guidance is to discover the abundance. And then I'm being brought to, this can happen as quickly or as slowly as you want it to. It's dependent on you. And they said, no. Okay, Spirit. You wanna just chime? For crying out loud. Golden Universal. They said, no. Ha 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 ha. They were joking. That moon. Follow the guidance. Things being revealed and shown to you, and you walking along that path. Only where the moonlight shines is where a wish fulfillment will be. Okay. How does that... What is the guidance right now? Can I help with that? There's the Three of Wands. What is the guidance right now? Because obviously, when one thing comes in, then there'll be more. Oh, son of a biscuit. That was my fault. Okay, people. First off, you need to take care of yourself. Good Lord, the amount that you have done, the amount that you've had to carry up to this point, it's like you need to put that certain responsibilities down. There's some responsibilities that you just need to put down. And you need to take care of yourself. Okay. That doesn't sound like a step towards the money. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. I get that this whole reading, they're literally just saying what the fucking reading is about, which is the temperate, you know. But what is the first step in getting to that? Getting to the abundance. What's the first step in getting to the abundance that you are referencing? What is the first step? Or more, if you want to give it. By all means, each step, I feel like there's an initiation that you can do, but you're gonna have to really hone in on the with spirit to get that, because as it unfolds, because I do see like multiple manners in which this is going to be addressed. Okay, first and foremost, Jesus Christ. We're not very tangible, but they're like, quit the bullshit with the negative talk and the negative woe is me and the despair. Quit fucking focusing on the negative shit or focusing on the fact that it's not here right in this moment. You need to have you need to cultivate, you need to cut that shit out right fucking now. You need to decide that it doesn't help you. And that also that the only way you feel safe is if you are constantly like doing surgery in your own mind, trying to figure out what will fix this. Because that is part of what gets you to second guess the guidance that's coming in. Like this feels like big Virgo, overanalyze, dissecting something. Thank you. Dissecting the shit out of this. Trying to figure it out. I'm like, and it's like, and you can't figure it, and you're like, it's never going to happen. And then, well, first off, if you have this energy, you're not going to figure it out. Right? Even if you did dissect it to whatever. And so they're like, that just needs to stop. Okay? Quit trying to dissect something, and then quit getting upset because you can't figure it out. Or that things are still, you know. It's ground that will help to bring that to an end. Well, because it makes it sound too much like the abundance. I'm like, there's something that is just a faulty foundation, and that acts as like a cover or a barrier for this to break, for things to come through. Okay, what is the second? Quit dissecting shit is the first step. Okay. Oh. That is most certainly being open. Honestly, for some of you, it may be like that is a big task, is working on the mental dissection. Tell me about the World card. There's something about accepting the truth. And I kept getting like something ending, like things must end to become but it's like, I don't know if this is like a real like ending in your life, like a tangible one that you could touch or see. What do you mean by an ending? I'll tell you. Okay, there's that cutting shit out. Damn. Let something come to an end. For this new beginning. Because I'm getting like, you know, the World card is like decades in the making kind of thing. Like this is like a major life transformation phase ending. This isn't like, oh, it's been a couple of years. It's like, it's a huge revelation in life. It's a huge turnover. Don't fight this ending. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to buck up to it. Don't try to, you know, what's the ending? Just tell us, what is the ending? Like there's this allowance and self-acceptance of a truth. What is ending that they need to allow? Oh my God. That's exactly what I was feeling more of the death card with the world. Like, let something end. But I feel like that's Captain Honest, but like, what is ending? What is ending, please? Put these back. What is ending? I mean, I get it can be different for everybody, but what is ending, please? Some type of pattern. This feels like your loyalty to something, because you're bringing me to the oh shit. So they're bringing me to the fact that these chains are only on there because you so choose to remain tethered to it. And they're like, they want your loyalty to something to end. And that's where your victory comes in. The idea of the Six of Wands being like a hard-won victory, right? Like there's recognition. I don't know if somebody has a need for validation or acknowledgement for something. Because that's kind of like that, not a very positive way of like public, of recognition, of being seen. Like the way that you're being seen. You like have a loyalty to being seen a certain way. You want to be seen a certain way, and therefore you have a loyalty to things you shouldn't have a loyalty to. That's for somebody. I'd say be okay with either looking like the villain in somebody's story, or be okay with people seeing you in a negative light, because whatever light they're seeing you doesn't mean that it's the truth. It's their light that they're seeing. It's their lens. But I also get the sense of you have a loyalty to somebody that you battled with, because the Five of Wands is kind of like somebody that you that you have experienced multitudes of conflict with, that you constantly are feeling like you have to try and maneuver around and outsmart, or like there's been an energetic battle, and it's like you've got to let go of that loyalty. So there's a loyalty to something that shouldn't be there, and you need to let that go. Touche. So quit trying to pick shit apart in your mind mentally, and quit having a fucking loyalty to something that you shouldn't have loyalty to. two things right there. They said question all loyalties right now. Like every time you feel like, oh, but I should, or this needs to, no, I have to. Like even if it's a loyalty to a fucking, because the Five of Wands is about desires and passions and beliefs, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know that's a little bit of the swords, but it's kind of like, it's like these values or morals might compete with one another. And it's like, maybe there's a value or a moral that you have loyalty to that you should not fucking have loyalty to. Like, I don't know why they're giving it to me like this, but like sometimes we can have a loyalty to an ideology that we have, like you could use like family, like do unto other I hate to say it, do unto others as you would want them to do to you. So you end up doing things in hopes that they do the same back, or that one day that would be returned back, and it's not. And they're like, that, why would you have that, being so fucking loyal to that? Yeah, something to that effect. You know what I mean? Like, let's just use that as an example. The fucking Five of Wands, I told you, and this is when two opposing ideologies, thoughts, or ideas, two truths. Remember, the Two of Swords is always about two truths that conflict with one another. That's why you're at a crossroads. And it's kind of like, at what expense? And I always tell you, what you choose is when two truths seem to be opposing one another and you don't know which to choose, then you choose the one that does not require you to forsake an aspect of the self. That it doesn't require you to forsake yourself. Because there always becomes a point where a truth no longer becomes a truth in a particular moment or circumstance. That's why we have crossroads. So yeah, there's either an ideology or a desired or something that you have a loyalty to, and you need to fucking cut that out. If it's requiring you to forsake yourself, get rid of it. Or at least in this situation, you need to stop. Okay. Tell me about the King of Pentacles then. Ten of Swords, Queen of Swords. I heard self-sabotage with the Ten of Swords. Remaining in your logic and need for understanding everything, and defensiveness, because this is about self-love, and it's like your cup is not overflowing. How does that relate to the King? Because things cannot manifest in your life the way that it's meant to as a result. So we need to cut out, step one, cut out the mental dissection. Two, remove your fucking loyalty to something. Three, open up your heart, allow yourself to feel, quit being so defensive. Quit stopping things before they ever happen. That's your self-sabotage. Quit stopping things before they ever happen. I'm writing this shit down because y'all fucking need instructions. I'm writing this shit down because y'all fucking need some instructions. Okay. We're going to laugh because the only piece of paper that's really close is my son's. My little one, my 8-year-old, he draws and stuff. Okay. So I don't know what that is. I think that's a puppy dog or something like this, like whatever. Okay. Mental dissection. Anybody who gets personal readings from me knows that this is how I do things. I write a lot of shit down, even when it's channeled, like, because so we can do like a recap or go over things. It really helps things to, so it's part of how I do, not every single read, but you know, a lot of them. Cut out a loyalty. Self-sabotage through stopping things before I want to say it's like through the self-defense, and it's you stop things before they can even begin. Okay, let's find out what else. Let's talk about the, I can already fucking tell. I already know what this shit's gonna be. Your damn hermit mode. Look at that shit. I told you. Hermit mode. Isolation, being left out in the cold, being removed, far removed from something. 3 of Cups, this is about getting out and connecting with others. This is about community. This is about support. Okay. How do they get that? I'm putting cultivate community and support. I'm going to put this in the description. In what way? How do they do this? How do they get out of the lack? How do they create this community? How do they make connections? How do they connect with others? In what way are you talking about? Let's clarify that, which is under the Hermit card. My nose is itching. I am on to some shit. Okay. This is stubbornness, for one. This is holding back. One more. All right, Spirit, you're pulling cards, and I really need you to kind of like, I mean, I feel like I'm getting words, but not something cohesive. This is really about letting people help you. This can represent a bit of resistance. This can be about working with others to move you out of a situation, to like let people support you. It really is about support, because we also have let people help you with the long-term plan. Let people help you in the long run. Help people, because this feels like family longevity. Tell me more about the Four of Pentacles really quick. So this came out first. 6 of Cups, 2 of Wands, and the Empress. Four of Pentacles is also about being in a good financial spot. And there are people that have that are in that space. Something about seeing you work hard. I get like this sense of like appreciation and love from the Six of Cups. And you have like all these flowers. It's like showing kindness. Let people show you kindness. I'll put it up. I really want, it's not giving me the detail I'm looking for, because I feel like I got that pretty easily. It was like cultivate the community and support. One way you can do that is let people show you kindness. Like let people, because this kind of feels like, no, I'll do it on my own. And it's like, let people help. Let people show you kindness. You may have a difficult time. You may feel like there's always something attached to it, maybe. Tell me about the cultivating the community. Oh shit. That Empress keeps wanting to come out. Put yourself out there, being bold, taking risks. Put yourself on display, because the Eight of Pentacles is like he has all these Seven Pentacles. He's showing what he has, what he's capable of, what his skill sets are. And I just feel like this is like letting letting people pour love into you. Pride may be a bit of a problem for you. Because again, we come back to the idea of ideologies kind of getting in the way. And you feeling like I know that's important. I value connection. I value, like, I'm the one that would love to help people. I completely, you know, I can always pour into people without expectation, but I don't know if that's, but my autonomy and freedom matters to me. And that's like, those are things are clashing. Maybe that's, that sense of loyalty is to your sense of autonomy, your sense of individuality and freedom. You know, this ideology of what freedom means. Maybe you have a loyalty to a definition of something that you shouldn't. So you've got to put yourself out there and let yourself be seen and let people pour love into you. Let me write these things down. Are you shitting me? How do I lose a pencil that quick, guys? How do I, what the fuck? ADHD at its finest. Do y'all see it? Y'all probably fucking see it on this camera, don't you? What the fuck? Did I drop it? Oh my god. I just want to be like, double fuck. Like, where is this shit at? Did I hear it? What was that? Y'all. Some days, damn near every day, I'd be over here like, what the fuck? Where is it? Oh, it's right here. I know. Damn it. Okay. It is out there. And let people love you. That's what we'll say. Ditch the autonomy definition. I'm putting this shit in the description, guys. We're getting to the nitty-gritty bottom of this. Okay. And then, finally, what is the next step? Now, you're going to get very tangible, like, today I feel like I should do X, Y, and Z from Spirit. But, these are very important, okay? This is what you need to do starting out. This is what Spirit's like, right out the gate, this is what you can do. Step 1, all of this shit. Tell me, what's the next thing? Tell me about the Ace of Wands. Oh, well, because we just love a book. I don't think it makes any sense. I don't think it was my shitty shuffling. That's all it was. Okay. Be open to doing things in a new way. It's almost like whatever you're used to doing, do it in a new way. Be open to new concepts and ideas. I don't know why that's important. Ace of Wands. Oh, son of a biscuit. Because in that, Ace of Pentacles, because you would get an offer. This really feels like trying something new. A new way to showcase your abilities, a new way to showcase yourself, a new way to being open to new ways of, again, money coming in. Potentially a new career. That you could still use your old skills, but you know, your skills. A new project, money-making project. Okay. There's no way that's for everybody. Not the way that we've been giving some of these other things. What else? What's another step to bringing this abundance in? Let love guide you. When you are choosing to do something, let your passion, your heart, your love, your fire for something direct you versus your mind. We had Ace of Cups at the bottom. Answer those calls. If something feels right and in alignment, then that's where you should be going. What about the Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles? Because this shit's bullshit. It's painful. It is fucking painful. This poverty and this struggle to get out of poverty is fucking painful. And that's where you are bringing it's time for abundance. Please give me more on the Ace of Wands right here as far as an actionable step, like cultivating community and you know, cutting out a loyalty. Like, in what degree are you mentioned? Why the Ace of Wands? You have to choose to answer the call of passions, adventure, inspiration. You have to choose that. So you need to start actively choosing. Actively choosing passion, inspiration, soul calls. All right, guys. That is how you're going to get the verdict that you want. That is how you're going to get what you desire. That is how the tides will change and things are brought back into a balance. This is how you get what you deserve. Long-term happiness, success, and security, peace of mind, time freedom, and wish fulfillment. That's how you get it. So there are going to be things that Spirit's going to be giving to you. When we have the Star Child and they're like, you need to follow the guidance to a T, because we've got that, right? This list that I have, that we've just cultivated, is more of like, in this very moment, this is what you can do to stop. But that's not necessarily the tangible, actionable steps, like, you know, the details that they're going to be giving you, because we have it as they're going to be giving you very detailed guidance, and it's up to you to take it. And in that, when they tell you to act, you need to act, because time will be of the essence. Opportunities are not always going to be there, and we don't know how much longer it's going to be before it comes back around. So if they tell you cross the street now, I would say cross the fucking street. Okay, that's what's to come. Because that's going to be specific to each individual. This is what everybody can do, and I'm going to recap it right now. You need to get rid of the mental dissection, and you've got to cut out a loyalty to something. It could potentially be a someone, but something tells me there it's a something, an ideology, a desire, or a belief that fuels your loyalty to certain people. And so it's like, cut that shit out. There's a loyalty to something, you need to cut it out. And then you need to cut out the self-sabotage from being in your Queen of Swords energy, where you cut shit off before it ever begins, right? When you get too logical, too in the mind, too protective and defensive, and you stop that, okay? And you need to start cultivating community and support, meaning you've got to put yourself out there, but also you've got to let people love you. You've got to let people pour into you. You've got to let people help you. You've got to let people support you, okay? Ditch the autonomy definition that you fucking have, because that's not, like, whatever stories you have behind this idea of freedom and autonomy is, there's multiple ways to define that, and that definition is impeding you. And then to start actively choosing your passion, inspiration, and soul calls. Like, there's just this, it can present itself. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't fucking make it drink. And that's what Spirit's saying. You have to choose this. And we talk about this all the time on this channel. You have to choose your destiny. That's why we don't reference chosen ones on here. We aren't chosen. We have to be the ones to choose. Okay? That's the distinction between people in their awake consciousness. Okay? So, all right, guys. Much love to you. I hope this finds whoever it's meant for. I hope you have a fantastic and wonderful day, and I will see you guys later this week.